YouTube, welcome in. It's time. We get the first look at the deep dive for College Football 26. I'm excited. I'm not really sure exactly what they're going to show. Hopefully it's going to be some updates for Dynasty, some updates for Road to Glory, show us some new, maybe some new mechanics that they're adding, maybe show us some of the new improvements that they're making to Dynasty, the ability system, maybe some home crowd stuff. I don't know. I'm intrigued, though. So let's see what we got going on here, though.
Welcome to the EA Sports College Football 26 Gameplay Deep Dive. We'll share details about a massive playbook expansion, all new player types and abilities.
That's cool.
Improvements to wear and tear.
Thank God.
New control mechanics,
Hopefully.
stadium pulse, physics-based tackling,
Interesting.
and a lot more.
Okay.
Let's get into it. With real coaches comes a massive playbook expansion. For the first time ever, over 300 real college football coaches bring their unique styles and authentic play calling to the game, delivering distinct program identities and more play calling variety. Over 2,800 new plays and over 45 new formations have been installed. New option types, motion types, bizarre plays and formations from last season are at your fingertips, and they're all tuned so you can craft a strategy that feels like your favorite program. 10 brand new player archetypes and rebalanced abilities, now 84 total, are designed to showcase the wide variety of skill sets we see in college football every Saturday.
Attaboy.
Improvements to how abilities scale are based on performance. When a player gets hot, their physicals receive a substantial boost. And platinum tier abilities will automatically upgrade to the new, more powerful Heisman tier. The Heisman tier captures those unexplainable moments when a player single-handedly takes over a game. New field vision introduces more realistic challenges for quarterbacks. Shorter quarterbacks will now have more limited vision when surrounded by taller linemen. And receiver icons will fade as they come in and out of view. To ensure balance around how different abilities affected wear and tear during hits and tackles, every ability in the game was reviewed and adjusted. New customizable auto-sub options let you tailor personnel decisions to strategically handle wear and tear for every position. Take complete control with adjustable impact settings and battle real-world conditions with new weather modifiers that impact wear and tear.
I'm seeing a lot of overthrows right now.
And you'll get instant feedback with new pre-snap visual cues that can affect a player's demeanor, indicating their condition right on the field. Updates to physics-based tackling make better tackles actually feel better. New tackle types like wrap catch tackles and lunges and new timing-based skill mechanics offer more tools to disrupt and dictate the game. With new authentic audio for big hits that adds realism and variety to defense. New dynamic subs allow real-time roster management without breaking from the action, enhancing the flow and strategy of every game. Make informed personnel decisions and get your starters back out there with one button press. A rebuild of offensive and defensive line interactions redefines trench battles. Control the direction of your blocks with new block steering, which factors in player attributes like strength and momentum for more realistic line of scrimmage play. And the addition of stunts and twists delivers more depth and control and pass rush.
Best thing they've added right now.
12 different types of stunts.
Let's go, 12.
Strategic options before the snap, providing a new layer to the chess match at the line of scrimmage.
Best edition of the game right now.
We're introducing adjustable defensive zones for more precise control over pass coverage. Adjust the depth of where your safeties line up in coaching adjustments. Fine-tune your defensive strategies in real time and outsmart opponents. When you're on the home field advantage side of Stadium Pulse, it's a beautiful thing.
How did they change this?
But for visitors, Stadium Pulse in College Football 26 is louder, tougher, and more personal, elevating the chaos of night games in already tough-to-play places. More intense camera shake, new visual disruptions, and distorted clocks will throw off your timing and communication.
Yo, wait,
with
distorted
dynamic
clock?
intensity depending on the game situation or career moment.
No shot that messing with
Pre-order
the clock.
the MVP bundle. Includes both EA Sports
Wow.
College Football 26
Okay.
and Madden NFL 26.
That it? All right. Yeah, that looks like that's it. All right, well, then let's go back through, right, as we always do here. Or, I mean, if I can. If it's going to let me. Is it going to let me? Is it going to let me? Is it done? It's done. Okay. So as we always do, we go back through, we relook through a bunch of the different stuff, right? And we go from there. One of the first things I want to see was this right here, though. So this is part of the dynamic tackling thing they were saying about. And it's very interesting because when he hits him, right here, above his head, I wonder what that's going to be. It's probably, I wonder if they have... get news on it here. That's Linktree. Linktree is not where I want to go. Is Linktree where I want to go? Learn more about incentives. We're going on an adventure. Going on a trip. And alright, here, news. Or features, actually. Campus, closed beta data. I should have done that, and I didn't. I messed up with that. Features, gameplay. Does it actually show stuff on here? No? Okay, so it's just giving us... Okay, read deep dive. Sick! Alright, let's get into this then. Literally, this just came out today. Beautiful. Hey there, we're back on the campus. Yeah. Deep dive, what's further? I'm the creator of pregame. Okay, so pregame... Is that Oklahoma State? I mean, not Oklahoma State. Is that Oregon State? I think it's Oregon State. I think it's the Beaver. This year, our gameplay motto is what we call the 4-minute offense. Why? Because after putting the points on the board last year, we wanted to come right back out and take control and march down the field again. We wanted to come, this means the standard true to the foundation that. Similar to last year, our gameplay is built around these 3 core pillars that we would deep dive. All 22 plus emphasize continued emphasis on player control and player differential, with the plus speaking about everything that surrounds those 4 lines. The second thing is play your way. More customization tools, which was cool because I was able to make a playbook, and once I figured out the things that I liked, I made my playbook, started to adjust my playbook, continued to adjust my playbook, got my playbook to a point where no matter how kind of I was building the team, I was going to be solid, right? If I got a good tight end, I could utilize the tight end. If I had a good run game, I could utilize the run game. If I had a mobile quarterback, I could scramble with him. I made my offense a little bit of everything, and it works very well, right? I like that. The stories of Saturday. We're adding more soul and personality between the whistles, building on the emotional foundation of 25 to make more moments memorable. I like that. Get them out. Dynamic subs. No more pausing, just playing. This is really cool. I do like this. I think this is a nice feature to have because there are times in the games where, like, for instance, like in the 4th quarter, you guys might have this where, like, in the 4th quarter, you're already up by, like, 14 plus, right? You're up by 14 plus. It's the 4th quarter. They haven't taken your subs out yet. Your back is still in there, and your back shouldn't be in the game, right? Like, he is red. He is tired. He is slow. He has negative 18 to speed. Get him the hell out so we can put in the backup, right? Now with this is cool because you're able to do it on the fly. However, the only thing that is tough for me personally is I'm seeing it says subs for tray open. And it seems like it's going to be very specific based. For as long as that exists, making substitute, pausing the game, diving into the menus, and breaking the flow of the action. With the addition of wear and tear and confidence and composure, you told us you wanted more options when moving players in and out. We listened. Introducing dynamic subs, a new feature that brings real-time roster management directly onto the field. New strategic substitutions can happen seamlessly without ever leaving the action. I like it, for me personally, though. At the same time, I don't, because I play through play type. So I look at, like, run, and then I look through my, like, inside, outside, pitch, counter, pass. It's like short, quick, short, long, play action, screen, like that sort of thing, right? I look through there. So for me, a lot of times, if this is going to be based off of formations, that's going to be tough because I'm never just staying in a formation. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a little bit funky for me. Overall, though, I think this is a great A great thing to add, though. Sub control is easier to. It can be easier during pre-play. Simply press up on the D-pad to instantly access who on the field, then cycle the players in and out by tapping right and left. Just additional subs. Once you make the change, it sticks, ensuring your lineup decisions remain strategic, deliberate, and impactful. Whether you're matching personnel against specific formations or responding to player fatigue, this feature keeps you locked into the rhythm and flow of the game. Okay, so it seems like you can do it like. The wording of this is interesting and kind of weird to me, because it sounds like during pre-play, press up on the D-pad to instantly access who's on the field, then cycle in and out players. So does that mean that like when you're in right before the play, in this part here, right, while the timer's going down, if I substitute in my running back, does that mean my running back leaves and a new running back comes on the field, or does the running back just change with like does it just auto flip the player? You know what I'm saying? Or do you have to wait to the next play? Because that's what I was thinking about with the formation thing. Is like, next play, I'm not going to be the same formation. Would like to know more about that there. Smarter subbing with tailored filters. To streamline substitutions even further, we've introduced targeted filters that get right to the players that get the right players on the field quicker. Defense, manage your entire defense unit at once or quickly jump to specific groups like linebackers or D-line. That's cool. Cycle between full offense, skill players, or offensive line. Cool. And then reset to starters. That's really cool. You can just reset to starters at any point. Real-time health insights. Now, I will say that is also kind of the big one that I do like, is that it does say wear and tear there, and it shows, and then it shows their status. That's really cool. I do like that aspect of it. This is going to be interesting to play around with and see how it actually, like, feels when it comes out. Overalls, okay, wear and tear is everywhere. Wear and tear, more depth, more control. We're thrilled. We're adding this. Physics-based damage mechanic is always a bit nerve-wracking, but your enthusiasm showed we hit the mark. Wear and tear was never meant to be just another injury system. It is designed as a gameplay balance mechanic, bringing real-time strategic depth and meaningful roster decisions. The foundation was set, and now we want to continue on it. I will say this: wear and tear at the first, I was kind of like, this is not fun. But as you play more and you figure it out more, you can kind of work around it. Like, for instance, in one of the dynasties we're doing right now, I'm playing as App State. And I have a 3-headed running back combo. So I have my main running back, I have a power running back, and then I have a guy that can do both. So depending on the situation, if one of the backs starts getting tired, I can kind of lean more on the other one. And then when I start to lean more on the other one, then the backup comes in. So it's kind of nice because you can kind of work around it. Being up in IO 26. Before expanding the system, our first priority was to address some of the tough to reproduce bugs. Okay, so they fixed some bugs. Dope. Sub your way. Another key improvement that was to make it easy and more strategic for wear and tear. We saw the different coaching philosophies in how you played. Some of you keep starters on the field no matter what. Pain be damned. Others rotate constantly, prioritizing freshness and long-term durability. Both approaches are valid. And now there's a system that fully supports how you want to coach. That's pretty sick. That's actually pretty sick. So to accommodate these diverse styles, we've introduced fully customizable wear and tear auto sub settings and sliders. That is cool. So default is standard CPU logic. Keep fresh is inspired by real-world rotation strategies like Michigan's frequent running back substitutions. Grind it out for teams that want to keep their best players on the field as long as possible. Players pushing through being banged up and only sub out when absolutely necessary. And then custom, you can pick from that point onwards. Awesome. I really kind of like that. That's a nice additional thing, right? Another thing to add that puts more of the power in our hands. Like that. Pain is temporary. Dynasties are forever. Damn right. This year we've introduced complete customization of the experience. Want increased damage for hit sticks or sacks for faster healing between quarters or durations. Every aspect is now in your hand. Wait, what? Dynasty players with some of the most passionate fans of the wear and tear system, and we recognize its possibility to. So why not put the controls in everyone's hands? This year we're introducing customizable experience. Interesting. I wonder if this is going to be. This has to be like, you know, when you make your coach and we had the 3 trees, right? We had like motivation, strategist, and recruiter. I wonder if this will be a part of that too, or this will be in there. And these are the different aspects you can change. It's kind of cool. I like it. It's also kind of weird that, you know, like you can basically reliving, you know, the and whole New Orleans Saints defensive scandal by putting money on stuff by increasing damage of hit sticks. But at the same time, kind of cool. I like that. Weather the storm, win the game. Through conversations with our coaches. How long is this, by the way? Well, damn. All right. I'm at this point now. We're gonna just kind of. I'm gonna do this real quick. We're gonna clean the glasses. All right. I'm gonna clean the glasses, and then we're gonna do this. We're just gonna hit the major points because, damn. And if I miss anything, you guys can let me know. If your quarterback's health drops below 60%, you're clearly see it in his pre-snap manners. That's kind of cool. More than just a rating. Last year, your toughness rating determined how much damage a player can take. This year, we've taken a step further. Now, toughness also affects recovery. Ooh, okay. Okay. Heisman tier. Okay, talking about the abilities. The abilities are cool. Archetypes have been expanded with 10 brand new abilities, each crafted. Okay, so there's 10 new abilities. And we've added a Heisman tier. One of our core objectives was capturing what we call out-of-body experience with these jaw-dropping moments when an elite player single-handedly changes the course of a game. To achieve this, we completely redefined how abilities scale when a player gets hot. Momentum matters more than ever. When a player starts to cook... Wow, that I just read that statement. When a player starts to cook, their abilities receive a boost. If the player already holds a Platinum tier ability, it will automatically be upgraded to Heisman. Featuring enhanced effects and more powerful new functionality. That's kind of crazy. But I like that, though. So, taking elite talent to the next level, the out-of-body player experience. I like that. That's kind of cool, because there are moments where you see those players who, like, we know they are the dude, right? And then out of nowhere, they have their Heisman moment. So I kind of get it. It's cool. It's interesting. It's going to be... I want to know how many times is this going to activate. Like, am I going to have, like, a whole game where I'm just an out-of-body? Or is this going to be, like, a 1-2 thing? New offensive defensive abilities. Battering ram inspired by contract. As it tears up ball carriers, inflicts increasing damage to wear-paired defenders. Okay, so battering ram is exactly what it sounds like. Battering ram. Hammer. We're revamping hammer. Okay. And box specialist for safeties, inspired by that. Each hammer now. Okay. Cost of greatness, abilities, and wear and tear integration. This year, we've also deepened the strategic connection between ability system and wear and tear. Every physical ability now categorizes this upper and lower body as a player's wear and tear accumulates throughout the season. They can lose up to 2 tiers on a corresponding ability. Damn! While they are rare, this introduces a critical layer of strategic roster management. Yeah, you ain't kidding now. Damn. Okay. 136 ways to play. This is insane. The fact there's 2,800 new plays, this is insane. But I already know for a fact, like, some of these are going to be the exact same play, just out of a different formation. Therefore, it's a new play. That's all it's going to be. Like this one right here. Like, this is going to be the exact same thing, but they're going to have this. But instead of the B running this here, it looks like, maybe, it's going to be like this tight end here running it, and they're going to just call it 2 different plays. More plays, more identity, more you.
Bizarre plays and formations from last season are at your fingertips. Bizarre plays and formations.
Yeah, this one's kind of wild. So we got center... So from what it looks like, center, guard, tackle, tight end, left guard, left tackle, wide receiver, running back, and then he's just rolling out. Screen over here, flat. Does he come back on that? Does 2 come back on that? It looks like 2 comes back on it. Yep, 2 comes back on it. So, yeah. Fresh concept, new wrinkles. We've rolled energy to life with like jet power read, toss, and counter bash. We've seen teams like Kansas State and Jacksonville State burn defenses with these. Now you can do the same.
Bizarre plays and
stop that.
Last season are at your fingertips.
Thank you. New motion types. We've added the new motion categories: reload, bounce, escort, and boomerang to help layer your offense. All right, cool. New motion types. Double motion plays. Expanded the QB run and RPO variety. I know for a fact there was a lot of RPOs that people took advantage of, me included. So that's going to be interesting to see. Smarter option routes. Thank you, God. Because I swear to God, if I run another option play and my tailback goes up and runs into the linebacker versus running out to the flat where there's no one there, I'm going to lose my mind. So I'm excited about that. That's really nice. Gadget packages and formations. I don't really run a whole lot of gadget stuff. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't run a whole lot of gadget stuff. Might be some Wildcat stuff I'll run. I know Rob, my buddy Rob, he runs some Wildcat stuff, so maybe he'll like that. Signature looks. We've gone beyond new plays. We've added authentic packages and bizarre formations that define that. That's kind of cool. Shotgun gate. Penn State shotgun gate. Penn State swinging gate varieties. Ole Miss Wildcat Deuce Wing, Rice Pistol Wingback, oh boy, Western Kentucky Power Eye Hulk, Big Boy Football, two defensive linemen lead blocking, fullbacks leading on play action. If you want to go downhill, this set rewards you. Wow, okay. ECU trips off over a week, an unbalanced formation with layers, use the off-ball tight end as a motion blocker. Duke wide, Y off, trip stack. Evolution of the variant shoot. Okay. Cool. I mean, this is interesting. This is actually wildly interesting they put this in the game.
Will now have more limited vision when surrounded by taller linemen, and receiver icons will fade as they come in and out of view. Will now have...
That's insane. The fact that they're making it so depending on the QB's height, depends on whether or not they'll be able to see players, is insane. That's a wild one to put in the game. I'm intrigued by it. It also means that I'm gonna have to work on my throwing ability because almost all my throws are in the red. So, in our quest to make pocket passers as valuable as they are in real life, we introduce real world challenges. Yeah, what this says. For people out there, if they're wondering, what this says here is for everyone that actually plays the game. In our quest to remove pocket passers from the game, we're making it so everybody will have a scrambling quarterback and will just scramble out of the pocket so this doesn't affect them.
Have more limited vision when surrounded by taller linemen, and receiver icons will fade.
Yeah, I'm just going to do that right now. That's what that means. To be honest with you, that's all that's going to mean. Enhanced quarterback progression, recognizing that lower rated quarterbacks were previously more successful than we would like. We've expanded the gap between elite and lower tier quarterbacks to mirror real life disparities more accurately. Okay, I like that because it is annoying sometimes when you're playing against a quarterback that's like a 75 and he just tears your defense apart and you're just kind of sitting there like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm bringing blitzes I haven't done this year, and they're just ripping me. So, yeah, I like that. Recognize the heat. Last year, we saw a heavy reliance on double mug and cover zero blitzes to overwhelm AI quarterbacks, making this a critical area for improvement. AKA, for all you guys out there that were just cheesing the fucking game, they're stopping that. In 26, we introduced an upgraded hot read system. Quarterbacks with higher awareness now identify multiple hot read options immediately after the snap, mirroring how elite quarterbacks diagnose it. Dope. I like that. Defense wins championship last year's gameplay was explosive, wide open. That freedom and responsiveness is there. But you also told us defense needed more depth. Presence and options. So this year, we're doubling down on the control. We're talking physics, baby. All right, so we got new tackling types. We got wrap, catch, tackles. DBs who aren't heavy hitters now have the ability to wrap receivers securely at the catch point. I like that. In-range lunge content. Lunging tackles no longer always force defenders to leave their feet. I mean, I just want the lunge to make sense. There'll be times when I'm looking at a defender and I lunge over here. Unprepared hit sticks. We've added explosive hit stick animations to capture the thrilling real-life momentums. Yeah, I can't wait to hit stick people and it just... Oh, I go to hit stick someone here and I hit stick over there. Like, yeah. Timing and aiming on all one-on-one tackles. The timing and aiming mechanics from last year's hit stick tackles have been expanded. Can we get rid of the smash the button one, though? Truck stick and stiff arm mechanics. I love this. I love the stiff arm. I love stiff arming. Core tackling improvements. Hit stick catch tackles. We've seamlessly integrated hit stick tackles into our physics-based stat, enhancing the realism of that. They basically saying the same thing over and over and over again, it feels like. Quarterback hit improvements. Added the preserve realistic that during sack animation, we minimize unnatural snapping of the arm in place during sacks, resulting in smoother. Okay. Late hit throws. We also heard you loud and clear when it comes to last second bailouts in the pocket. Those frustrating moments when a quarterback could escape that with unrealistic throws just before being hit, ensuring more throws are realistic. So it looks like, yeah, they're making it a little bit more like quarterbacks aren't just gonna like easily just rip it out of bounds as you're about to hit them. Contact accuracy. Yeah, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Stunts and twists are here. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. I play as the D-line. I've played as the D-line for as long as I can remember when I play defense. I always play as the D-line. Stunts and twists, that is going to be the greatest thing for me and the greatest edition. And so far that I've read. This is the greatest edition I've read so far. And it looks beautiful. Like, it looks beautiful. Here. And you watch it. They go first, he comes up and around. Love it. Love that. How does it work? Glad you asked. Calling stunts is simple and intuitive. At the play call screen, hold the corresponding button on and play to open up a new sub-menu showing all the available subs and twists you can call. You can also call one from the pre-play menu. In the pre-play menu, press down on the D-pad, then R1 or RB to access available stunt options. There are 12 unique stunt types available. That is awesome. Okay, beautiful. I like that. This is gonna, because I'm very simple when I play defense. I'm not a big blitz guy. I'm not a big man guy. I run cover 3. That's it. I run cover 3, and I run variations of cover 3. The entire game, I don't care if you know it or not, I run cover 3. Done. Boom. Now that I can do twists and stunts and I can add a little bit of flavor to my D-line now, I can really let my boys eat and let them go, right? Love that. Trench work. Thank you, God, they're making this a little bit better. Because I'll tell you what right now, I've had a couple times recently where, like for instance, just here, I'll run inside zone here, we'll double team this guy, and this tackle doesn't block him, runs up here, doesn't block him, runs up here, and doesn't block him. Or I have ones where we go down block, he goes up here, and this guy's pulling back here. Like, there's a lot of times where, like, there's stuff like that. So, now that they're working on the trenches, beautiful. Block steering. Once engaged... Wait, hold up a sec. There's a fundamental that gives users the ability to physically influence the direction of the block. Hold rat and that to begin steering. You can steer in any interaction, any based player with... This works for both sides of the ball, whether you're a nose tackle trying to dent the A-gap, which is... Yeah, okay. How am I supposed to do this when I'm playing... I'm assuming they're talking about the defensive side of the ball now. Yeah, I'm going to assume it's the defensive side of the ball. Block. Steering. Yeah. Yeah. Dope. Cool, because I'm pretty sure we're supposed to have already had this. Like this. Gap integrity reborn. This is also, because for a moment I thought it was an offensive thing. I'm like, this doesn't make sense, because how am I supposed to press the buttons while doing the... improved targeting system. We've improved the targeting system across the board for core blocking schemes. This means blockers now understand who they're supposed to hit. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, okay. Beautiful. Impacts, blocks, and collision wins. Pass protection, read, slide, react. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Adding in more stuff. Built for matchups. What it means. Custom zones. This is kind of interesting. How does it work? Great question. I love this. How does it work? You're asking great questions today. Like, no, we're just asking questions. Like, how does it work? This is an on-the-fly upgrade that puts you more in control whether you're trying to match verticals more effectively, clog up the immediate windows, or bait quarterbacks into making bad throw. Custom zones gives you the flexibility to fine-tune your coverage and adapt on the fly. Okay. I kind of do like that to an extent. I think it's going to be weird to do with how fast some teams do stuff. I like it though because, like, for instance, if I have a slower DB, right, and like I think they're showing like cover 2 here, right? Yeah, they're showing cover 2 here. Let's say I know this safety's slower than this one, right, and I have to drop this half of the field because it's cover 2, right? So two parts of the field, right? I can just rip him back there and just have him go play, right? Clamped, made a priority. This means reaction more. Route commitment, cool your shots. I played Travis Hunter at last year's media that. He played inside on me pre-snap and got beat. And he turned to me and said, I know it's a low chance to get beat with that shade, but I'm selling out here. Okay. So all sorts of different things you can do with your DBs, it looks like. Swat or pick, choose wisely. Swatting the ball returns to prominence this year. Okay. To the crib! Too many wide open interactions fell incomplete last year. That wasn't right, especially after you make a perfect read and then your defender had you exactly back where he was. And this year, those no doubt interceptions will stick. Okay, I don't fully agree with that, but sure. Defensive playbook updates, new defensive formations, 3-4 tight, 3-3-5 flex, nickel single mug, nickel 2-4 mug, single mug, nickel load, and nickel 2-4 load. Returning formations, new defensive plays, which this is kind of cool to see that there's already, like this, for instance, linebacker D end twist 3. I like that there's going to be plays, so you can pick whether you want to do the twist and the stunts before, or it's just there already. I like that. Defensive guys get paid 2. Enhanced run fit logic. I like that because that was always a terrible thing. Same thing with linebackers. Linebackers and safeties, that was a terrible thing. How many times did you guys see in this last year's game a safety just run straight to where the guy was and him just run right past him, right? It's cool seeing that. I like that. Hopefully that does get better. RPO integrity. People abuse the hell out of this, me included. So it'd be interesting to see how this changes a little bit. Smarter, sharper run defense. Yeah, run defense. I felt like run defense was okay. Honestly, there was times when you were playing good teams or you were playing a good player or two where you would see their run defense was very good, and then there's other ones where it was not very good. Coach settings, safety adjustments. Oh, safety. Okay, safety adjustments. I'm sitting there like, why do I care about safety? It's a video game. New RPO adjustments, control the rules. Okay, that's kind of cool that you can adjust how things play there. Real-time coaching. Year 2, delay shifts, formation IQ, real-time adjustments, passing defense to the 9 box, and concept tackling. The next step is strategic football, the little things. The switch stick visual change. I hate the switch stick. I disabled it every single game. Because I had to, because you can't. If you disable it in the main menu, it doesn't disable in game. So I had to disable it in every single game I played. I was not a fan of that. Same name, new energy. This is dope. Night games, rivalries. Yep. Just make it all mean more. Silencing the crowd. We've added a new mechanic to give the away team a fighting chance. Momentum-based crowd silence. That's sick. That is sick. Okay. The kicking gauntlet. Brother, kicking was already difficult, man. Why? This year we've completely overhauled the pressure kicking experience in hostile environments. Why? It was already bad. Swag out. Additionally, based on the interactions with myself on X, celebrations. Back to the field you go. All right, there we go. So that is the deep dive, and we've now read through this. I hit on some of the things, and then I kind of sped through some of the things, because if I'm gonna read all of this is gonna be like an hour-long reaction. Yeah, no one wants that. So, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see how the game plays. I'm gonna be buying the early edition. I'm gonna pre-order the early edition. We're gonna be playing. I don't know what dynasty I'm gonna do yet, but I am very excited nonetheless. This looks like it is going to be a solid next step in the franchise. I wish they would have given us a little bit more. I know that's a wild thing to say because they gave us a lot just here. But there are some things that I would like to have seen more. But I'm assuming they're going to do like a Dynasty deep dive, or like a this deep dive, or this deep dive, or like that sort of thing. Maybe, who knows? We'll find out. Either way, I'm excited, but now I want to know what you guys think. Enough of me talking. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below, right? And as always, depending on where you are, morning, after, even night, stay home, stay safe, and we talk to y'all later. Okay, bye. Man, just them adding in stunts. That's all I needed. That's all I needed.